Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the farm. So on today's video, well, you can already see what they're doing in there. We got two new roosters from one of our friends, and they spent 24 hours in that cage. We're getting ready to let them out with all of the ladies, and we will see how this goes. Obviously, they're gonna have to establish dominance here, but we're hoping that they can integrate with the flock well, help protect the flock around the farm since we do free range these chickens. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna clean out the coop because we use the deep bedding method on the coop all winter long, and we have 7 days of warm weather. So if we don't clean that out, it's gonna get stinky. So might as well build a compost pile while we're at it and add all of that stuff to a compost pile. So we got a lot to do today, so stay tuned. All right, so we got a bunch of goodies for the chickens. So we're gonna try and give them some goodies so they're all distracted with goodies, and then let the roosters out and see what happens. So, you ready for this?
Nope.
Hi, boys.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand.
This is your new
Oh,
home.
I've been running from the law.
Well, so far, so
Hope
good.
they won't shoot me down soon. They sing.
Establish dominance. And we got crazy kids over there. So this is a good idea to bring out some food for them so they can be a little distracted. Oh boy, here we go. Let the dominance start. I think she got part of his.
She did get some. He's been stressed the last 2 days though, so it kind of, okay, the kennel's not healthy. But
He took her down.
she figured
Did
it out.
he kick your butt? The males are gonna dominate, ladies. They're there to protect you and to do other stuff too.
Not what this is about. Family friendly.
Oh, okay, so here's today's project. And don't let anybody tell you that chicken coops are super clean and yummy.
Sparkly.
This is what we did for the deep bedding method. You can see by Whitney's boots, I mean, the back of it is almost as high as her boots. Now the chickens definitely scratched it up in the middle, but this kept them warm probably, what do you think, 10 to 15 degrees?
It helps a much.
Something like that.
Yeah, it helps keep it warm in here.
Hi, ladies. The chicks are all doing really good. We only lost the one. Everybody else is doing really good. So that's today's project, is to clean this out really nicely and get fresh stuff in here. That way, there's no diseases or anything. It's getting warm out. They don't need the deep bedding method during the summer. So we're gonna go ahead and get it cleaned out. You guys dropping some butt nuggets, huh? What about you? Are you dropping some butt nuggets? All right. So I am not going to bore you because this is going to take probably at least an hour or so. So I'm going to throw the GoPro up and throw this on time lapse and get this done. So we'll see you in a minute. Actually, a couple hours. All right, so after a couple hours of work, we officially have the deep bedding all the way out of the coop. And wow, is there a lot of room in here. Now, one issue I just came across after we got the deep bedding out is there's a part of the coop I really didn't anticipate to soak up moisture from all of the compost. Essentially, that's what the deep bedding method is doing, is it's actually composting. Every time you turn it, every time you add more matter to the top of it, you mix in more poop, you're creating compost, and compost has heat. So it was actually heating up the back side of the coop, so I am gonna have to get that dried out and get that painted so that the moisture can't get through, because eventually that's going to end up rotting that out, and obviously we don't want that because this is actually a shed. It was a very expensive shed that ended up being the chicken coop. So I don't want it to rot out because it was a very expensive shed. So let's dry that out. I think we're going to put the new nesting boxes in here because I want the girls to get used to it. So I've got to figure out and plan out how I'm going to do this. Right now we've got this one that I bought off Facebook Marketplace, and then this one that I bought off my buddy James. So these are gonna go bye-bye. We have rollout nesting boxes that are gonna be going in here, and that is gonna really help with the amount of chickens that we have, considering we have 70 chickens. And that's gonna be a lot of eggs. So we wanna make sure that we are utilizing a rollout nesting box so that the eggs are nice and clean, and we can maintain it a lot better than using straw and wood shavings and everything else that the chickens just like to scratch out of there and poop in anyways. So let's go ahead and take these out of here and look at where we're gonna put those nesting boxes. And one of the important things on a homestead, this thing is really heavy and my wife couldn't quite lift it. So use your brain and think of ways that you can do this. Work smarter, not harder. So instead, I got the trailer, I'm gonna back it up, slide it on the trailer instead of having to lift it. All right, so I got one up. I'm super excited about these. I got these from my buddy James, and these were actually Amish built front rollout nesting boxes, which will work perfect for an inside coop. If you want, they do make them in rear rollouts, so if you wanted to cut into your coop and get the eggs from the outside, you could. I don't really feel like chopping apart this barn shed, so we opted to get the front rollouts, and it's all he had, so it worked out good. Just like that, we have an upgrade to our coop that's going to be really nice for the birds. They do have these nice flip up roosting bars, so if we don't want the birds in there, I can flip both these up. Looks like this one needs to move a little bit. That way the girls can't get in there at nighttime and make a mess in there. So these are really nice. I love that they're just on these little brackets, so they come off super easy. They go on super easy, so if you want to take them out to pressure wash them or whatever, if they get really nasty, you can. I could not recommend enough getting these nesting boxes for your coop. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. So one thing that I noticed is the nesting, like this one was a little bit off from being level from the other one, which I noticed that they're actually tilted down too much. They have their own lean if they're level. So you want to make sure that you put a 2x4 under the back side too, and that depends on the wall you're putting these on, because if you're putting them on a wall that doesn't have, that has walls, you might not have to do as much, but this side is not touching one of these 2x4s. This one is, so this one's nice and solid. But what I'm going to do is just put a full 8-foot board in the back of it, and then we'll know that they're at the right level and that they're not going to move and not going to be off balance. so that the eggs roll out properly. You don't end up with a huge pile in this corner or anything like that. So I want to show you just how easy these actually come off the wall with these really nice brackets. Just like that. Super easy. Okay, let's see how much better that works. Oh yes, that is so much better. So it's not perfectly level, but that's okay because like I said, we want the eggs to roll nicely. But now this thing is nice and sturdy. We don't have to worry about anything. So now all we need to do is add our wood shavings back into the coop and drop our roost back down and see what the ladies think of their new boxes. These ladies sure are spoiled. I think my favorite thing about starting a farm and starting a homestead is just how much I actually get to use this and thinking things through and problem solving. And problem solving skills in today's day and age in 2024, you really need to work on your problem solving skills so that you can further yourself, not only on your homestead, your farm, your career, whatever it is. So that is one huge thing that I have absolutely loved about building out this farm, building out this homestead, and feeding friends and family, feeding my family healthy food. I feel so much better. We have been eating our own eggs, our own pork, sourdough bread, starting to grow our own vegetables now for about a month. And I will tell you what, I feel so good, and I cannot imagine after a year of eating like this what I'm gonna feel like, because I have been eating processed junk for so long. And now we've been feeding our bodies with healthy stuff, pasture-raised pork, non-GMO feeds, free-range chicken eggs, non-GMO. We're getting ready to switch everybody over to organic feed. These new layer hens, as soon as they get switched over to laying feed, it will all be organic feed. We're gonna switch our other flock over to that. All of the meat birds will be organic feed. And I cannot wait to see what the difference is in our life and what the difference I can make in other people's lives through growing this healthy foods. Alrighty, there we go. The deep bedding is out, the roost is back down, the new nesting boxes are in. Now let's let the birds in and see what they think. You might as well say hi to the chicks. Hi, ladies. Hi, ladies. All right, let's let the ladies back in. Excuse me. They're like, no, let us free range. She's like, let me out. How you doing there, roosters? Okay, so we have names for the roosters. This one is Rocky. No. That one is Rocky. No. That one is Mango, named by Skylar. This one is Rocky, named by Whitney and I. So let's go ahead and let the girls in. The roosters are looking like they're getting along with the flock, which is good news. Excited. There you go, babies. Go check out your new home. Well, it's the same home, but it's just updated. You're like, whoa, what's going on in there? All right, let's go say hi on the inside. What do you think of your upgrade? You guys probably aren't gonna go in there with those flaps, are you? Am I gonna have to take a couple of those out? You guys are probably all gonna lay under there and tick me off, aren't you? Whoa, here's the first candidate. You gonna go in, lady? You gonna go in? No, not yet. Okay. So I really appreciate you watching. Lots more content to come, so make sure you smash that subscribe button because I'm gonna be putting a lot more out. I really appreciate your support, and God bless you and your family.